Hi guys, hi Jack Squad. How's everybody doing? Hope all is well, and I hope you're making it happen for yourself. You got to make it happen for yourself. Um, Let me start by saying, y'all, I just got finished watching Big Brother. Now y'all know I like reality TV, and I have been watching Big Brother since I believe the beginning. It's been on for several seasons. This is season 24. I've been watching Big Brother a long time, right? And for those of you that don't know, it's a game where these 16, 18 people be in a house and they eliminate one another. It's a psychological game, right? And you eliminate each other at the end. Somebody, you win the money, right? Really good game. If you've never watched it, check it out, right? So last season, they did something unprecedented that they had never did before. Oh, before I get started, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm so excited about this. I want to tell you all. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And all of my social media stuff is down in the description box, as well as my email and my Cash App, right? So anyway, I've been watching it. There's very rarely, sometimes there's, a few seasons, there's black person on it, but it's a different kind of black folk, right? And they're more passive, not so aggressive, and they're just there for a little while, and then they get rid of them, right? Now, what happened one season, I can't remember the season, they got a black girl. They got a real black girl, right? And something didn't go right, and she cussed everybody out. She took off her mic. The production was like, I'm going to say her name was Jasmine. Jasmine, please put on your microphone. She cussed them out. She threw the microphone in the water. She went all the way off like we can, right? So I said, oh, Lord, we ain't gonna never have another black girl on there ever again, right? Okay, some seasons passed and black folks got on there. Now, there are never more than one man and one woman. It used to be that way. Last season, they had several black people. I want to say it was 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. And I initially said the reason being is because it was COVID. Right? That's what I said. We'll have some more because a lot of folks probably didn't want to go because of COVID. Even though you're secluded in the house and they check you and they do all this stuff prior to you getting there. But that's what I was saying. I could not, that could be wrong. But that's what I said. I was so happy to see all of those black folk on the show, right? And see, let me just say this to y'all. I come from an era where you see black folks on TV now, everybody doing great things, but we not that far removed from that. Y'all know I'm Black Power, right? We're not that removed from that. So when I'm watching TV, I get motivation. I don't care what show. I don't care if it's Love and Hip Hop and they messy. I don't care what it is. It's black folks on TV for me, right? They happen to be entertaining, wonderful. So anyway, they had a whole bunch of them. A black woman, can't think of her name, but I can see her face, decided, she come up with a master plan. What was her name? A master plan, right? So let's say it was 8 of them. I know it was at least 6, but I want to say it was 8 of them. And everybody had a special friend outside of them. She said, let's all of us bond together, form a group. They were called the Cookout. That's what we like to do. Cookout, right? She said, you'll have a friend, you have a friend, you have a friend. That way we'll stay protected. And let me tell y'all, that was the most, I've been watching this, like I said, at that point, 23 seasons, 22 seasons, that was 23rd. Master plan, because usually people form these alliances and they blow up and explode, implode and everything, right? It worked all the way to the end. Black guy won, right? Well, that black guy, I can't think of his name, happened to get on the challenge. The challenge had a new season, just went off. And the challenge is usually people that are athletic, but they had people from other reality shows on there, like Love Island, Big Brother, and some other shows I can't think of right now. Survivor. They didn't like him when he got the challenge because some of those Big Brother people were there and they voted him out, so he didn't get a chance. But let me tell y'all, on this season of Big Brother, the black girl she was a beauty pageant girl, real pretty girl. They hated her from the beginning, and they lied on her and tried to get her out. God is a good God, because they clearly didn't read her right. And she would cry all the time, and I was like, quit crying, quit crying. They was hurting her feelings, and she was crying. They kept putting her on the block to get voted out. She kept staying. Well, anyway, she won. It was between the black guy and the black girl. Now, initially the black guy, his name was Monty, I didn't like him because he didn't like the black girl. He was going along with the people trying to get rid of her. And all it was the white girls were jealous of her. She was a pretty black girl. She was a beauty pageant girl. She had a shape. She was pretty. But her personality was very passive and agreeable, right? And she kept winning, and she won. And the black guy took her, you get to vote. There's two people, you get to vote who you want to sit next to you because you think you can win against them. Well, unanimously, they voted for Taylor. That was her name. The people voted for Taylor, the people that she was on the show with, as well as, and they have something at the end called the America's Vote. Who you thought was the best person, who was your best person that you liked. Never happened ever before that the winner was also the America's Vote, and she won that money and a trip and all of that. It was well deserved, and I'm telling you all this because I had to tell somebody, but I watched this, and I watched them do her wrong week after week after week after week, and she would cry, and I used to be like, quit crying! But that's her personality, and she gave a very politically correct speech at the end when they said, why should you win? And I said, she's smart. She's smart, right? She sat next to dude who they had started a little romance a couple weeks before. I don't know if that was a real romance or she was just doing that to keep herself in the game. Whatever, it worked. He picked her instead of the white boy he had promised. She won. She won $750,000 plus America's Vote. I think you get a big sum of money. I can't remember. I know it had a trip too. So she won, and I just had to tell you all about it. Keep trying. One thing black women are is resilient. We are resilient. That's the word for today, resilient, right? We can go through and around adversity like no other, right? Reason for the Make It Happen for Yourself t-shirt, right? Because I truly, truly, truly live by that, okay? I live by that, right? And some more good news. I start my new job Wednesday. It's better hours, more pay, and I don't have to work on the weekends. So now I can continue my pursuit of finding me a church home, right? God is good. So I just wanted to tell all y'all everything. Well, and also, I hadn't uploaded in a few days because my best friend in the whole wide world, the oldest and dearest friend, we've been friends a long time. Since 7th grade. Her mother passed, and so that weighed, as you can imagine, very, very heavy on me. And I'm here, she's there in Cleveland, and I can't be physically there to hold her, hug her, touch her, help her, you know what I mean? So, had that going on, that's going on currently. But I got up this morning, and I received a text that I could start, because they initially said it would be Monday, but if not Monday, it would be Wednesday. So I got up, being the person that I am, and contacted them, and they sent me the information, and I start Wednesday. Now, let me share something with you guys, and I'm going to talk about it in my book, right? If you don't know, that I had, let me see how you want to say this nicely. Ain't really no nice way to say it. I had committed a crime and went to a federal institution years ago, right? But that hindered me for years. And I'll go into that, like I said in my book, all the details, because it was a thing. And I understand how people go back. I said I was never going back. I ain't never been. I ain't going back no more. But there's a lot of things you have to do. Your mindset have to stay correct. You have to stay prayed up. And so that hindered me for many years from a lot of jobs and a lot of things. I lost a career, so on and so forth, which I said I'll go into. I can talk about it now. I couldn't talk about it for years. I couldn't even talk about it. That's how devastating it was. But anyway, I'm starting this new job, and I'm happy about it. And one of my friends just happened to text me this morning and said, hey, just want to see how the job thing was going, and I was happy to report. I just talked to the people, and it's a go, right? So I'll be better because the hours, like I said, is different, and the days, and so on and so forth, y'all. Anyway, I'm just happy today. I'm happy, even though there's a lot going on in my life and a lot going on in my world, a lot going on in people's lives that I care and love, but I'm happy today, y'all. So anyway, I'm going to talk about, I'm reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now later I'm going to review the part 3 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, which didn't give much, but I got things to say about folks, right? Anyway, Love and Marriage. So, like I told y'all, I liked Love and Marriage from the start, and I still like it, right? And it's a shame when things get derailed, but that's life, right? Had Martell not ever cheated, ever made a baby, no telling what would be going on. But they're still all doing very well, right? Except for maybe Martell not doing as well, but he got his wine line. So I think that's going well, right? But anyway, it started off, they were still at the retreat, the three couples that we have left, Kimmy and Maurice, Marceau and Tisha, and the Whitlows, Big Lou and Tiffany, right? Big Lou and Tiffany left. Now, they said they left because they had some kind of prior engagement. They didn't leave for that. They left because the fire was on, right? And I think they thought they were the perfect couple. Then they get in front of the professionals and realize they're not, because he showed them their flaws and things that they could do better. And they had been portraying and being non-transparent with the other couples, especially Marceau and Tisha. They were condemning them for their actions, right? It's different when the light gets shined on you. You know what I'm saying? It's different when the light gets shined on you, right? So anyway, they left. They left. Now, I thought it funny because when they got back home and were relaying what happened to Martell, Marceau, let me tell y'all something. I like Marceau. I like him the most because he is a man's man. Yeah, he tell Tisha what to do, but Tisha allowed that, right? That's what we picked. He wouldn't have picked anybody else because a lot of them wouldn't go for the stuff that he goes for. But together they cool. She like it, I love it. But I like Marceau because he doesn't have a problem saying whatever needs to be said to whoever. He don't pussyfoot around, milly around. He says what he says, right? So they were telling him, Maurice was telling the story, and Marceau said, yeah, and I told him, get him. And I seen a look on Lou's face, but he didn't say nothing. He chuckled about it, but the eyes are very telling. The eyes are very telling. He didn't appreciate Marceau teasing him about the way the therapist talked to them, right? And then Martell, again, relays that he wants to be married. And they was like, well, right now, wait a minute. Don't you think it's too soon? That's what Marceau said. He said, no, I don't get married next week, but that is my goal. I want to get married again. And he also said in his confessional, he missed his marriage. He didn't just come out and say, I miss Mel, but that's what we know it to be. He regrets what he did. He regrets what he did. How could he not? You'd be a fool not to regret it, right? He regrets what he did. And he says so in a roundabout way, right? Not so roundabout, but he says so. And I'm thinking maybe he learned from his mistake. Maybe. Y'all know I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So maybe he's learned from his mistake, right? Now, he just said he wants to be married again. He likes being married. And then we have Kimmy. Now, to me, this scene seemed forced. There was a scene with Kimmy. See, this is why I like Love and Marriage, because it was so natural. But now it seems like the scenes are forced. It was Kimmy, Destiny, and Tisha. It was somewhere in the store somewhere. And Kimmy started relaying what Mel told her about Melanika, the wedding planner, and now she's, I don't know what she is, but she's I'm going to call her Martell's assistant or manager or something. She's helping him, a helper, right? And she said, she relayed the fact that Mel told her that Melanika used to be the wedding planner, and Melanika liked Martell, and Melanika is now doing something with Martell. She relayed that, and then Destiny immediately went and relayed that to Martell. Like they were doing a lot of bone carrying, right? Now, what I'm upset about is they still carrying on this fight. Let us see it. It was last year. We already know it happened. Why is we waiting so long to see it, right? So Mel goes to talk to Martell and say, yeah, Miss Wanda talking about our kids, and she's trying to say that sugar mama, not yours, or whatever. She didn't say that in those words, but that's what it meant, right? And then she also told Martell that Tisha Daddy, which is Miss Wanda's baby daddy / husband, I guess, has been in her DMs, right? Now this is leading up. Now, if Carlos King wait till the end of this season to show us that don't make sense because it happened last season. You could have showed us in the last season. You showed the previews, so we got to go all season to see what really happened. But it looks like, when I look at it for the 17,000th time, that it's Marsau and Martell. Don't look like it's Maurice. It look like it's Marsau, which they're the two gladiators anyway. They're the two giants anyway, right? And I wonder why Marsau, but maybe because Martell said something to Tisha because she was defending her mama, something like that. But Miss Wanda is the core, right? What else? Destiny reveals she's dating, and she showed us who was a handsome guy, but she was being tight-lipped with the group. But she talked about it in her confessional. And I'm saying she's probably tight-lipped with the group because she's a tight-lipped person, such as Kimmy pointed out. She didn't tell about the divorce. She didn't tell about this. She didn't tell about that. But I think she's tight-lipped because, once it's let out the bag, it's all over the place. And she want to try to maintain a foundation. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But see, people on reality TV, you signed up for reality. And it always confuses me when people sign up for reality TV, they want to hold stuff back. You signed up for this. We're interested in this. We want to know it all. We don't want to know pieces. We don't want to know parts. We want to know it all, right? She's going to have to get that. She's going to have to get that. Let's see what else did they do on there. Let's see. I can't really remember. Did anything else go on? I know Kimmy, let me say this, and I told y'all this before. Before they left with the therapist, they were sitting down. This is the beginning. And they were still talking about the sex thing. Now, like I told y'all before, whatever you start doing, you have to keep doing. Or wean it away. You can't just, boom, that's it, take it away. Like I said before, Kimmy was having all that sex. She got married. Now you don't want to do it no more. Like that. That's what he's been expecting. That's why he married you, right? She said, well, now I got a house and a husband and 2 kids. Those kids are grown and they're not even really there. They're not there. Her son ain't there and the monster there half the time. They haven't even showed him this season, so I don't know if he's there or not. And she got the meal prep and all that and all that and all that. Girl, whatever you did, ladies, whatever you did to get them, that's what you have to do to keep them. You can't be the sex goddess before and then turn into grandma after. It don't work. It don't work because that's what he wanted. That's why he married you, because you fulfilled all his dreams and imaginations and whatevers. Okay? Let me see. I can't remember what else. Now I'm a forget something. I don't think it's much to forget because I thought that they were going to show Wanda, because when they tell you what's going on at the show, they mention Wanda's name. But they're going to drag this all out. You ain't going to see Wanda till about in the mid of the season, or, we ain't going to... Like, Carlos, come on, give it to us. We still going to watch, promise. What else went on in that show? I cannot remember. I don't think nothing. And it wasn't giving that much. I was excited because I was excited to watch, like I said, because I thought it was going to tell us about the fight and it was going to get with Miss Wanda. Now, Destiny did. So they're building up to it because Destiny has an assistant and they were talking about her grand opening or her relaunching of her hair beauty supply store. So Miss Wanda's going to be out there with a truck. So they building up to it. Miss Wanda going to be out there with a truck. That's she invited to be out there with her truck, right? So they're just building up to it. They're just building up to it, y'all. But I'm ready to know what happened because I want to know how it's in Marsau and Martell, because that's what it looks like when I look at some of the previews. But we'll see. We'll see what it gives. We'll see what it gives. And I think, y'all, that's it. That's it. Because, I talk about it because I like it, but they ain't really, let me think. Nah, they didn't show Melanika. They showed Destiny briefly. She did have a confessional. Now, I saw somewhere that Destiny's asking for more airtime. But I think that, Mel's probably really super cool with Carlos King. And she's she's swaying that. That's what I'm saying. We don't see Stormy. And I don't think we've seen Stormy this season. Did we see it once early the first season? I don't know, the first episode. Not seeing Stormy. Didn't care too much for Stormy, no way. She came in too strong. Let's see. Who else? I think that's all that went on, y'all. The main thing is that Martell says he wants to be married again. He keeps saying it. Now, I've been seeing in the blogs that, him and the girl had a date, and him and what is her name? I don't want to call her Coleslaw. Him and Ariane had a date, and she had a Tiffany's box, and they're wondering if he's still dating Sheree. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. You know what I mean? He says it would be something. You know what would be the catch, the it, and the all? If he just go on and marry Ariane. I don't think she's up to his standards of what he wants in a woman. But they can grow together because they both dumb. They can grow together, right? So anyway, y'all, that's all I got on that. That was the this on it. That was the this on the that, right? Because they wasn't really giving. They build it up. They build it up. But I need them to level it out, right? I need them to level it out. I got my back door open and the trees is blowing. I got a big yard with a lot of trees, a lot of leaves, and the squirrels play, and the pine cones drop, and it feel like whole people walking around in my backyard, right? But it's not. So anyway, y'all, I am happy. Hope you guys are happy. Happy as you can be for whatever your circumstance is. Don't forget that I have t-shirts. Somebody emailed me about a t-shirt. All of my to get a t-shirt, a couple people did. My information is down in the description box. My email. All you have to do is email me. Give me your name, your address, your size and color. I'll get right back to you with the shipping and handling fee, and then you can cash out me your total. Everything you need is down in the description box, okay? Everything you need is down in the description box for the t-shirt or whatever you want to say or whatever to me, okay? So, all right, you guys, everybody be cool. That's all we got.